Please join those hands and give a warm welcome to Lorree Appleby to the stage.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Marlon. I first want to say for giving me this opportunity. And I see lots of familiar faces that I feel comfortable, even though I feel a little nervous. That's okay. So when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about tonight and how I made a difference, I was reflecting back on my past. And you heard about what I do as a profession, but I wanted to share with you a bit about my personal life. So I am a mother. I have 2 grown children, a boy 26 and a girl 24. And I'm happily married to my husband, and we've been together since 1990. So it's been a lot of ups and downs. I'm not going to say it was a beautiful, amazing thing, but we always had that communication and that love that we always came back to. And when I was thinking about making a difference and how did I do it back then compared to how I do it now, and I realized that the first person that I really made a big difference in their life was my daughter. So my daughter, she was, when she was in school, I noticed that she wasn't doing the same things that my son had been doing. So, of course I'm comparing to see, if she's reaching those milestones. And I asked the teacher, I'm concerned. And the teacher said, don't worry about it, she's fine. They all develop at different ages and at different things. But I still knew there was something going on, a mother knows. And I was fortunate enough to be working at the hospital for sick children at that point. So I know how special Grandview is because I worked at a hospital very similar to Grandview, and a lot of the kids that I served, because I worked in the neurology clinic, we would send them to Grandview. So that was a really beautiful 6-year role that I played. I was a patient care coordinator in the neurology clinic. So I had access to a lot of doctors, and I loved learning and they loved sharing with me. So I started asking them questions about my daughter's development. And long story short is I was introduced to a pediatrician who was a developmental pediatrician, and they said, we have a study going on, and this is a study that your daughter could potentially get into. So we applied, and she was accepted. And this study was with the child development and the genetics department to see if the children and their parents, there was a connection between having a learning disability. And my husband had always struggled with reading and writing, although he had never been identified with a learning disability. But it was very similar to what my daughter was going through. So we got them in this study, and we got her identified, and she did have a learning disability. So I am so very grateful for that, because for me, pursuing it and pushing to find out answers and getting my daughter the help that she needed. Because the school system, it takes sometimes years. First the teacher has to say that there's something going on, and then you have to wait on a waiting list. So I was able to get her to bypass all of that. So great, she's got the accommodations and she's getting special education. However, that brought on other problems for her. Her 2 very best friends were very smart, and her brother was just naturally book smart as well. So she was always comparing herself to them. And also leaving the classroom and feeling that stigma of going to the special education room. That was hard for her. So she was very hard on herself, and I saw her, worrying and stressing about things, and it just broke my heart to see a young girl doing that. So I did everything I could. We would study together, and we would do everything orally. And she was such a smart girl, so I just didn't want her to feel that you weren't fitting in that box that the school system said you needed to fit in. And I kept empowering her that, you need to embrace this because you are just as smart as the rest of them. You are entitled to have this extra help, these accommodations, so that you can, get through school and find a career that you love as well. So in looking at that and giving her all that advice, I had to look at myself too, because I had anxiety and I worried a lot as well. And so instilling the belief in my daughter that to believe in yourself, to never give up, to persist with, working hard. And I had to do the same thing for myself. So I was making a difference in her life, but I was also, I believe, I trace it back to, that's when I really started to realize I had to walk the talk. So now my daughter is in her final term at UOIT. She's taking her criminology honors program. She was on the dean's list year before, and last year she was on the president's list. So she is graduating. Yeah, I'm so proud of her. She is just, I really feel like she's a poster child for being able to overcome, your challenges, your disabilities that you have. And I've already been telling her, so we're having this recorded, Haley, so I hope you're listening, that you really need to start sharing your story, because she is an inspiration. She is so motivated. She is amazing. And I really feel that had I not pursued, had I not pushed, had I not modeled myself for her, that it might not have turned out that way, because there's so many children out there. The longer you don't get the help, the more it affects their self-esteem, and there's too many kids that go to the other side and get into trouble because they just don't feel they fit in with school, they don't feel they're smart enough. So now we'll fast forward to present day. I do make a difference in people's lives, and I was comparing a lot between back then and now, and I noticed there was a gap, because when my daughter and I, when we didn't work on this consistently, she would slip back into old ways. She would start worrying. So I noticed that consistently, focusing on what she wanted, positive self-talk, really helped her to succeed. And I noticed that with my clients as well. But I also saw that there was just so much going on. How do you break it down into small, manageable steps? So, as you heard, I'm a coach. I'm a spiritual and life coach, and I help people to get past their limiting beliefs so that they can, be their best self. And what I did was I created a game. So that's the game there. If you don't already heard about it, a lot of people have, but now you have. So this game is called Soul Adventure: Journey to the Real Me. And this was truly a labor of love. It was definitely divinely created. And it was from what I was, going through, bettering myself, and what I saw with my clients and with my daughter. So this game helps you to take that self-care and focus on yourself once a day for 10 minutes. And what you do is you're building a personal mantra, a personal message that's positive, and you're saying it to yourself. And you're also taking inspired action towards what it is that you want in life. So this game is really helping a lot of people already, and it's only been out for a few months. And the pilot program that I have, people are having amazing results, and transformation is already happening with them and with myself. So I'm really excited that this game is making a difference in people's lives, and I'm really, I didn't really expect it to go this big, because you don't really know, right? But it is, and so now I'm going to be creating a facilitation program for other coaches and wellness healthcare advocates to play it with their clients, because it's really building that foundation that we need to keep moving forward, to keep focusing inward, because we look often outside of ourselves for the answers, and I truly believe we have all those answers within us. So I want to leave you with one last thing, and this is on the back of my notes. So this is what I have on my fridge, and I wanted to bring it to you. So this just reminds our family that if you only look at what is, you might never attain what could be. And I truly believe that this is really what you have to think about when you're thinking about making a difference, because you don't know what could be if you're only looking at what the current circumstance is. Thank you very much.